and you're not sitting there thinking, oh, maybe I should have a snack because we're about to talk about food, but tech food. Kris Abel, tech expert, is here. Kris, great to see you, my man.
Hey, good to be here, Shane.
All right, we're going to a grocery store near you. Now, first of all, I was a little put off by this, Kris, this first story, because basic headline says robot meals are coming. But don't we already have robot meals? Like, isn't that like your pizza is already made by a robot? I just assumed that was a thing.
Kind of. I mean, there's always been a lot of automation in the food industry, but we are talking about robots. So the kind of robots, again, that Tony Stark uses in the Avengers movies, the ones that, are a large arm with a camera on it, moves around, doing things that, haven't been done before in terms of robots and food. In the past, yes, they've been looking at trying to use robots for automation, much like the car industry has. But the problem has always been that robots can do very repetitive tasks over and over and over again. But the moment you need them to quickly switch up, to say, okay, we got enough lasagnas, we need you to now make rice meals, the robots would have a lot of downtime, they'd have to be reprogrammed. What has changed has been artificial intelligence. And so now you have robots that can very quickly move from one recipe to the next. And that's drawn the interest of companies that make these pre-made frozen meals that go to all the grocery stores. The first company to really jump on board this might surprise you. It's Amy's Kitchen here in Canada, amyskitchen.ca, which are known for making meals that are for vegans, vegetarians, people who want gluten-free meals, down-to-earth, local farming. You might not think of them as being the leaders when it comes to using robots, but that's what they're doing right now. Wow. They've got these lineups, these one-armed robots that do all the preparation, put all the ingredients, and then that goes to the stores, and that's what you're buying in the frozen food section. What I liked...
No humans were hurt in the making of this pizza.
Well, the interesting challenge they had was, for a long time, the company they partnered with is Chef Robotics. And the robot would come in and make the meals, and they would present them. And they said they had a real problem with the cheese enchilada, because at the end, you have to sprinkle some shredded cheese over the top. And somehow, just the way the robots were doing it just didn't look right. It looked like it was done by a robot or an accountant or a mathematician. Everything was precise. It was exact. It just did not look appealing.
I can't believe you just said accountant. That's so good.
It does not represent the brand that is Amy's Kitchen. So
you know what you make me picture there? You make me picture like the pizza on there, the cheese on the pizza, all of the little shreds were like perfectly aligned in rows.
Exactly. That kind of, neurotic obsession. It just didn't look quite right. So thanks to artificial intelligence, they said the robots can now gently sprinkle the cheese, shredded cheese, and apparently it has that human touch to it. And so Amy's Kitchen, right now, across the United States and Canada, they're rolling out these meals. So that would be a good challenge. The next time you go to a supermarket, look for Amy's Kitchen meals and ask yourself, does it look like it was made by a robot, or does it look like it was made by a human being?
That's cool. I mean, I guess that's inevitable, especially if they can change up recipes, right? They go from making lasagnas to shepherd's pie. That just seems to be a nice way to do it. There are a lot of people who work in the back of the Costco, though, making meals and arranging those meals. I mean, you've got your Caesar salads with the chicken and whatever on there. I mean, that would really kind of suck to lose those jobs, though.
I agree. They are emphasizing that this is about reallocating manual labor. So they're still going to be hiring people to do jobs, just different jobs. It's sort of rearranging where the workforce is. And a lot of this is again, jobs that tend to be kind of repetitive, or where, even though if you're using humans, there's kind of a high turnover, right? You're constantly having to hire new people to come in and do the job again.
That's because they run out of fingers with the cutting devices. No, too soon. All right. Well, that's interesting. I find that's kind of amazing to think that that's going to be where some of this goes. I suppose to the meme I saw where it said, I really want AI to do the jobs I don't want to do, so I have time to make music and paint pictures. And I don't want AI to paint pictures and make music, so I have to do jobs I don't want to do. And that's kind of a good example of that, but I don't diminish the fact that some people, I mean, that's a great job for them and they like it and they're happy there and they don't want to lose that. So
totally.
Yeah. Cool stuff. Okay. I must admit, when I read this next story that you sent, Kris Abel, I assumed I saw Vancouver and then I saw the Phantom Mullet. And I was like, perfect. That's very Vancouver Island, because I used to live in Port Alberni. The mullet is now trendy again with the young folks, but it's not the mullet. It's the wallet. And that was my brain doing the RAS thing and assuming things. So what do you got?
Still cool. So the Phantom, that's Phantom with an F. Phantom M is the name of a high-tech wallet that has been offered by this company in Vancouver, Phantom. I love Canadian technology. I rarely get to talk about it, so I'm always happy when there is. So this wallet, it's a metallic and clear plastic sort of slipcase, and you put all your plastic cards into it, and then it organizes them all. So now there's a mechanism inside. When you pull a lever, it fans the cards out. So you can see them all at once and pick out the one that you're using. Think of the way a gambler fans out playing cards at the poker table, or a magician fans out the cards and says, pick a card, any card. Mm-hmm. That's what this wallet does, making it easy for you to pull out the cards that you need to use and then put them right back, and it all sort of slides in together.
That's cool. I think that's fun. Is it like protect from RF frequencies or anything cool like that from the phones and stealing?
Totally. So lots of other tech features. It does cover and protect against RFID. So, you're sitting at a restaurant and somebody sort of surreptitiously leans over and scans your cards. Well, they're not going to be able to do that. It will protect the cards from that kind of scamming being done. It also has a strong magnet built into it. So it works with MagSafe gadgets like the iPhone. So your wallet will stick to your phone, so it's just one object to keep track of. If it handles just plastic cards, so they also offer as an accessory, you can put a money clip in order to deal with paper, business cards, dollar bills, as well as receipts. And then my favorite is that you can add an Apple AirTag, so you can track the device in case you lose it. Or if you're not an Apple fan, Phantom makes their own trackable card that you can slide in, and it can be tracked just like an AirTag using
smart.
Apple Find My Device network. So very, very clever, really cool devices. And again, I love the fact that it's all from Vancouver.
Very good stuff. Okay, Kris Abel. Halloween is good. The Spirit of Halloween stores are popping up in every vacant retail shop across the country. We've only got a minute and a half here, but tell me about what they've got with these adaptive costumes.
Right, something a lot of people may not think about. But Disney, to give them credit, if you go to the disneystore.com, they actually have a selection of costumes for people who are in wheelchairs and use walkers. And so we're talking about The Mandalorian, Toy Story, Cinderella, fantastic costumes. When it comes to a wheelchair, these are panels that have Velcro straps, and they strap onto the surface of the wheelchair, converting the wheelchair to a spaceship. But it has built-in LED lights. And it has, a button that you press that makes spaceship sounds as you cruise around on your wheelchair. They also offer adaptive costumes to go with it. So you buy the Mandalorian set, you got the spaceship, your wheelchair turned into that, but you can also have sort of a body suit that you slide in through a trapdoor that actually fits you up with all the cool accessories, including plastic molded bullets and hand accessories for the Mandalorian. Very, very cool. I wanted to mention, just because they offer these really cool costumes, people may not be aware of it, but Disney has a sale on right now. And so a lot of these costumes have been reduced down to $20. And I've tested out the Mandalorian one, and it's fantastic. So it's very easy for me to say, no, that one you want to pick up. That one's really good.
That's very nerdy of you. Very well done. I think this is cool, Kris. I think that what a great opportunity to make sure all the kids get to do all the things, and especially incorporating some of the devices, the accessibility devices that kids are using generally into the costume. It does create a whole new opportunity for, especially like if it's going to sound like, I don't know, like this USS Enterprise flying by when they go wheeling away, right? Warp drive. I think that's the cool stuff, man. Thanks for being here. Great to see you again, Kris.
No problem.
Kris Abel, tech expert, with some great ideas and some cool things that are going on in tech, especially Canadian tech as well.